keeps knocking, but I just stay home. I ain't picking no flowers for the season I'm soon. They say it gets darker when you're coming on door. Still looking for the ride at the end of my road. At the end of my road, I need some good news. Sitting there sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil will walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. It's a little good news. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil wouldn't walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. All I really need is a little. Something bring me back to the middle. All I really need is a little good news.
Here we go again. Ready?
Keep the back
Yeah.
walking.
Money talks, what the is he saying? Huh? You can ask his and ask his who the man. Bro, them get the steppin' like parades about them bands. My little Tinkerbell, cause I'm fly as Peter Pan. Yeah, let's go, get some money, they playin'. Hopped up out this Cybertruck, my wrist cost a lamb. I'm tired of buying cars to my driveway jam. The neighbors still trying to figure out who I am, who I be. To these weak. They say money talk, put diamonds in my teeth. I be Louis down with Jordans on my feet. Messed up in your yard like trick or treat. You better play your cards right, you better not ever reach. For this chain over here, I underneath. Yeah, I ripped that 5, but I 6 feet. Big. Let's go, 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 let's go.
I picked up, let's go. She had too much fun. I think she got too motor in the trunk. Up out the roof. Got a. I think she lost one shoe. Gang the truth. I told her, oh my L's, you got the juice. I pulled up at her friend's house and kicked her out the coupe. Gave that the boot. Bye bye. Yeah, she. Untamed gorilla that was born in the zoo. That's why you so rude. Who the is you? That been this way since school. Spent the whole million on one set, it's ocean blue. That's why you so up, cause I pay my dues.
Let's go, 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 let's go.
Hey, Big Daddy, where you going? Call me Flo Millie, I be flowing, yeah. Skinny, thick pockets on Samoans, woo. I be really rapping, I be damn. Michael Jackson, I'm the baddest, Around here, might go get it tatted, yeah. Say the magic, what? Pretty little thing, getting ratchet, yeah. Told me that I couldn't, oops, I did it again. I don't like you, I don't wanna pretend. If he ain't spending money, I just go with a friend. If you can give me dollars, give me pound, give me in. Purple, black, made back, yeah, that's me. Up, that ain't free. Ain't dead to me, me? Tell me what you want from me. Man, what these want from me? If I wanna test me, I ace it. I don't wait for nobody, I'm impatient. Trip off who? I'm on vacation. I pop when I do it, I'm flagrant. Never is out bake. Please don't compare me to that's basic. The money only thing I'm chasing. Body snatch, you know I'm Debbie Cakin. Men like to talk it, I hate it. Ain't hitting it, I erase it. New money, many outdated. If he say he don't love me, that's hatred. Call me Miss, pull up in the latest. Double R truck, backseat, too spacious. Cartier braces, make faces. 5,500 when I pay for my laces. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Man, what these want from me? Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. Man, what these want from me?
Two in, two back ends, booked up, look up, I'm flying, yeah I'm free now, see now, society's time me release now, crazy, I'm finna go see now, big style, big deals, vitamin water, that's a big one, 6 mil, coach came to me like I'm D1, like Will, got 17 hours to the flight out. Only got time for a night out. So tell me what you want from me. We ain't getting no younger. So tell me what you want from me. We ain't got too long, no. You know I gotta catch my flight. You know I gotta reach new heights again. You know I wait up at night. You know I gotta get one life for this. Went through. J. Cole said his memes and mills, but I'm the king and adjust it all. Really wanna wipe me down, I got more patience than a hospital. Sweaty's better beef with me, they never beef with life's obstacles. I'm bad as a bone out. I'm way too toned to be toned down. Too big, so I'm cocky. From the back while on Twitter with my phone out. Got an Eminem deal, but I'm Hershey. 6'2", dark skin, with purpose. Left a voicemail on my phone last night to myself saying, Lil Curtis, yeah. You know I gotta catch my flight. You know I gotta reach new heights again. You know I wait up at night. You know I gotta get one life for this.
GA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Ka'imi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Jackson now. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd down, Henry. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Henry up the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, You go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry from 19 yards away. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Stroud to throw it. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Now a timeout called for by the defense, and that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Here we go.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. Runs over him. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
Second and 9. Stroud. And this is incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. And Stroud now to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9.
Here's Jackson to throw.
And that one too high and incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And getting this just shy of midfield. At the 49.
Andrews' first catch, good for a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A first down carry for Henry. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line. A good pickup there of 22.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. After the penalty, it's Henry. About 3 yards there to the 27.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. To throw is Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Flush to his right. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Zay Flowers, 27 yards. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. Stroud out of the gun here. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Here's Stroud. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Stroud, he's going to audible to something else.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Now Stroud. That one complete. It's Tank Dell.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18.
Throwing now is Stroud. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to Mixon. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stops short of the goal line down at the 2. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Stroud working out of the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Mixon. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Takedown, 55 yards. And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Off tackle left with Henry. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
That one into the hands of Flowers. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Again to Henry. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Again, it's Henry. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Jalen Petrie coming up to bring him down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A pivot and a give to Henry. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On the move to his left. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it with Henry. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
3rd and goal, Jackson being chased out left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Stroud looking to throw. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, 70 yards. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Throwing is Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing now is Jackson. And Walker has it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Henry will get it. He's been busy today.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Second and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it,
and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Will Anderson drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
Jackson to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Here's Stroud.
He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Stroud looking to change the play. Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a third would win it. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of caution, cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Jackson.
Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly.
This ball intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And look, both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner, and let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.
From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And off we go from SoFi. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our... to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. Right off the rip, he's throwing deep. He's got it at the 30. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead right away. One snap in, and this offense as efficient as they could be, partner, and looking very dangerous to begin this ball game too.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing for coaches to tell us in our production meetings they want to be a quick strike offense, got to be explosive. But they put that talk into action. One play from scrimmage, 1 touchdown, and 1 massive statement sent across the field.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he'll get it up to the 44. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Second and 10, Stroud to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
First down, Stroud. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans finish off their opening drive. Tank Dell, the touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans start off well to tie things 7-7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10 now. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete, and that brings up 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Mahomes to throw for it. And they won't do it. That ball's incomplete on 4th down.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Schultz with the catch. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot. From the 26 on 2nd down. Escapes the pocket. Into the hands of Schultz. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. From the red zone now. He's on the move. He just throws this one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Stroud to throw again on 2nd. Flush down out to his left. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans break the tie here in the 1st. C.J. Stroud, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. On the move, headed right. Got for big yards on the right side. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs cut it to a low point on the scoreboard. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Mahomes throwing for 2. Escapes out to the left. And that catch in the end zone gives them the lead. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play. It's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
First and 10 now from the 30. Now begin with a run by Mixon. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun now for Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. Keeps himself upright. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And they cannot be happy to have spent all 3 of theirs in this opening quarter. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Has it down close. And in for the Houston touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
He's throwing for it! And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Mahomes. He lofts one deep, center of the field. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Kansas City. And we haven't even reached the end of one, and already that's the 3rd time that he's thrown them into the end zone. It's hard to think of a better start he could be having than this. The Chiefs making the call. They're going for 2 again.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They give it to the back on the zone read. And he's into the end zone. Successful play there. That makes the lead 3 points. Reed now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. Dive in and he gets his hands underneath for the catch. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Out of the shotgun, a gift to Mixon. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Second and 6 now. Cut by Diggs. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm sure, Coach, a play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying to find his tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Escapes the ball's out, he lost it. And this is picked up by the Chiefs. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Forced out to his right. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
A 2nd down throw for Mahomes. Looking for a target. Finds a seam down the middle. Touchdown, Kansas City! The Chiefs grow their lead off the turnover. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers, and it's been done less than 50 times in league history. But Kerr to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chiefs make it a 10-point ball game. Reed now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. To the air, Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here. Another try following the sack. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throwing is Stroud. Connection made with his running back down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back's still doing it to this day.
An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. A good defensive play breaks that one up. So it's second down coming up. They'll throw it again. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. It's a two-score game early. We're back to SoFi right after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
When you call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. On the ground again with Mixon. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that.
And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans face a 4-point deficit. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Stays in the pocket. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Offense up to the line fast. From the gun, P-Rod. And he'll dive for a little extra yardage, and he's down. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Offense to the line for second down. Off play action, it's Mahomes. Ooh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Third and long for Mahomes. Completed to his running back. Give him 24 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He lets a heater go deep. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs grow their lead just before halftime. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs make it a 10-point ball game. Reed now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Stroud on first and 10. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. And the Chiefs will set up just a little bit shy of the 40 following the tackle. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball.
Big gain downfield. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs take a 3-possession lead. Reed now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's got him. That's Mixon. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Texans are going to have a first down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. First down, Stroud. He's throwing deep to the left side. Brought in inside the 20. It goes as a pickup of 37 yards. And it sets up a Houston first.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
First down from the red zone. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans chop some of the lead off before the half. Tank Dell the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. Down the run right, throwing deep sideline shot is caught, and he gets out to stop the clock. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. And stop coming from Henry To'o. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's taking a shot towards the end zone. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And now it's 3rd down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the final play of our first half. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Looking to throw. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Reed now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but, man, the defense took that away, too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. He just did.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Stroud throwing here on first. Chased out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be second down. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. From the gun, Stroud. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL where they come down to a play or two and third downs vertical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Looking to throw, Stroud. He connects downfield on four. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. To the air, Stroud. He's on the move. He's smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Second and 10, Stroud to throw. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Throwing is Stroud. Brought in along the sideline, just need an official ruling, and they say catch. Great play. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Houston. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. First and 10. Shotgun handoff to Perine. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. And stop coming from Henry To'o. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Taken away by the rookie from USC. And the Texans are going to take over after the interception. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't...
It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it! And this is picked up by the Chiefs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Oh, their reaction, perfection, Brock. Once it was recovered, everyone immediately reacted and flipped to return mode. And what a return it wound up being.
So much to love about that, Kate. That's team together, everybody achieving more, and you could see it all the way down to the 1-yard line. But I promise you this, there'll be a little razzing on that sideline. Come on, man. You could smell the end zone. Can't you just punch it in?
Come on.
But
What a
overall,
return, though. What a return.
Oh, no question. That is the effort you're looking for, the desire and the want to. No question about it.
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Texans get this one time. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff.
Yep.
Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. This is caught inside the 15. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. Pressure coming from Mahomes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 3rd quarter lead. So the Chiefs going for 2 once again.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Throwing again, Mahomes. And this is caught as they hit the end zone for 2. Reed now to kick this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Shotgun now, 1st round. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Stroud now on 3rd. He put everything he had into this one. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. The the Texans cut it to 1 late in the third. Tank Dell the touchdown. His third through the air this game. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans tie this game up. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He lofts it deep left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That play is so impressive on so many levels. Not just because it saves a touchdown, Kate. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score. That is so, so good.
On 2nd and 10 now, Mahomes. On target to Worthy. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's been a thrilling game, an absolute barn burner that is shockingly still tied as we get set for the 4th. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing is Mahomes. On the move, headed right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Again, Mahomes to throw. Has his man. It's Pacheco. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Working quickly here. 3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. You know, Brock, I'm going to admit a little bit of surprise here. As pass-heavy as this league has become, that this record isn't at least challenged a little more often. But finally, just like that, someone has conquered it.
And now, Kate, now there is a new single-game record for everyone to chase when it comes to those passing yards. I know as a former quarterback, we love seeing this record challenged. And we want to see just how high people will take it in the future.
3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
He's back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. He'll throw it. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. A give left side. Here's Mixon. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. It's a 40-yard scamper, and they get some yards back. It's 2nd and 11. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Texans pushing to get within range for a game winner. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Forced out to his right. He's going to let this go deep. He's got it deep downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Here he is to throw. This throw is cut. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. He's going to keep this one. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
He'll look to throw it. Buys time, rolling right. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans have taken the lead late. C.J. Stroud the touchdown. Another score for him this game. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. First and 10 now from the 30. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Setting up to pass. Bails out of the pocket quick. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
It's Pacheco on 3rd. He's out in the clear. He's at the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Back to throw. goal. This one's caught. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. They kick the running back in motion. Blitz coming, Mahomes. And they pull it off. A touchdown catch in the final moments. And now overtime or a win right here are on the table. Well, with that score right there, Brock, he has reached one of the pinnacles of playing quarterback here in the NFL. The most touchdown passes in a single game.
And I can promise you, after this game, he's going to do... I remember Peyton and Marvin having a back and forth after breaking the record. Neither of them wanted the ball because they knew it took all of them. And I promise you, after the game at the podium, he'll say the same thing today. It's his name in the record book, but this is an offensive explosion for a day.
And he gets in for 2. No flags are down. They are a snap away from winning this ball game. Reed now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. First and 10 now from the 30. They've got a man in motion. One final shot here. Down with the ground. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So score this a win for the Chiefs. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Huard, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.
I need it. Cat. Okay, it's me and my kinfolk. Cat, that is my MO. 925, my area code. Don't give a what you been. Share they G, put her friend. They wanna lie. but not a little. I get something. Give me something. What you gonna do for that Enzo? I'm in the end zone, rocking that Kenzo. My Kindle beneath though, going triple plat. I need a pack and a half. I broke up my mans, a stack and a half. I told my mama I'm bringing that bag. I got it. I'm backing. I'm on. I till I can't. Sorry, mama, yeah, I know. It was me and bro, buck on the plate. Best believe we had 50 cent cake. I let the Audemars hang from my belt, so she know we ain't got no time to waste. And I let Audemars crunch the numbers. I gotta make sure that my money straight. She wanna make sure that my money real. Kissing another. Back in the day, I ain't had no whip. I just pulled up in the tank. I'ma pull up just to stun. Cat, all in your brain. I'm going Batman, I'm going bang. Come with the bang. What you gon' do? 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 Up in up. What you gon' do?
I'm on a Sony lot, eating a lot of chips, stacking a lot of guap. If I get it the pop, my mom get a coupe, my mom get a lot of rice. I ain't got to mouth, let that in the past. My foot on the gas, the floor elevator, we facing my brad. How you want deposit the Venmo or cash? Red light, yellow light, green light, go. The events, I take the bank home. I won't keep quiet, I'm in it. Yeah, my best friend call, want me alone. None of my bitches be your home, and I'm a businessman, so I give her a loan now. 3 pumps in the chain from the Homer. Her Bucky a goner. Her get Bucky a goner. What you gon' do? 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 Up and up. Stunt.
Hey, it's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Well, look what the stork brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. And it's sticking out, yeah, like a sore thumb. With a forehead that it grew horns from. Still a white jerk. Pulling up in a Chrysler to the cipher with the in a light shirt. Lyrical technician, an electrician. Y'all light work. And I don't gotta play pretend. It's you I make believe. And you know I'm here to stay, cause me. If I was to ever take a leave, it would be aspirin to break a feed. If I was to ask for Megan D Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at a feat? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like
Abracadabra.
And for my last trick,
I'm about to reach in my back, bruh. Like abracadabra.
And for my last trick,
just like that, and I'm back, bruh.
Now back in the days of old me, right around the time I became ate some as a way of coping. Take the case of turned me into smiley face emoji. May not be age appropriate, but I will an 8-year-old indeed with a participation trophy.
Yes, I have 0 doubts that this whole world's bound to turn into some Girl Scouts. That censorship bureau's out.
So when I started this verse, it did start off lighthearted at first, but it feels like I'm targeted. Mind-boggling how my profit is skyrocketed. Look what I pocketed. Yeah, it's just like y'all have been like jogging in. I've been running at full speed, and that's why I'm ahead like my noggin. I'm the fight y'all get in when you debate who the best, but I'm some white. I step up to that mic, cock it then. Oh my God, attention, not again.
Abracadabra.
And for my last trick,
I'm about to reach in my back, bruh. Like abracadabra.
and for my last trick,
Just like that, and I'm back, bruh.
break it down.
Sometimes I wonder what the old me'd say.
If what?
If he could see the way it is today, he'd probably say that everything is gay. What's my name? What's my name?
So how many little kids still wanna act like me? I'm a bigger than cacti bee, and that's why these words sting just like you were being attacked by bees in the coop, leaning back my seat. Open R. Kelly's favorite group, the black guy. In my Air Max 90s, white tees, walking parental advisory. My transgender cat Siamese identifies as black but acts Chinese. Like a hacky sack I treat the whole world cause I got it at my feet. How can I explain to you that even myself I'm a danger to? I hop on tracks like a kangaroo and say a few things that do to anger you. Dad, if I think that, I'ma say that.
them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out. Yeah. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Both feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, get boy, I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in the shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All my hot girls yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All the dope boys yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Front the back, they yelling, bring them out, bring them out. To get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by, I'm moving the bricks. You talk about, now we're doing it quick. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I cop the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, they ain't I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All my hot girls yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All the dope boys yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Front the back, they yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do? When you show up on the scene with a 2 Drew on you and your friend and play a little 2-on-2. If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I gotta get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad for a sucker to test. Pimp, but too large and we way too fresh. Work well with and quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. Cause we be standing in your front yard yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All my hot girls yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All the dope boys yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Front the back, they yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All the front yard yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All my hot girls yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All the dope boys yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Front the back, they yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Oh! Bring them out, 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 bring them out.